So this is the yeast starter I made for the Belgian Saison I just brewed today. It's in a half-gallon mason jar, so it's half full. It's about a quart roughly. All this is, it contains some of the beer, or some of the wort from the beer, and then the smack pack I just put in the, well, poured the whole thing in here. So this particular yeast is Yeast 3724 Belgian Saison, and I also added a portion of a teaspoon of yeast nutrients, sometimes called DAP, diammonium phosphate. Anyway, normally a yeast starter should be on a stir plate because, you know, it keeps all the yeast and the nutrients and the wort, the sugars, everything, oxygen. It keeps it all in suspension, so it's, you know, it gets full benefit of all the nutrients. Unfortunately, my stir plate is in storage right now, and it's kind of packed away. It's hard to get to. So what I'm doing until I pitch it is I'm just keeping it on my desk, and I just simply, you know, shake it up a little bit every few minutes, except obviously when I'm sleeping I don't. And what's been happening is the yeast will go just collect on the bottom, and when I say it happened, I just stir it up like this manually. It's not as good as a stir plate, but it's a lot better than not doing anything. So at any rate, this is my yeast starter, and I'm going to be pitching to the Belgian Saison tomorrow. The lid is not screwed on tight, it's very loose. So it's not even a full thread on. And that's how I want it, because it needs to be able to get oxygen. It should not be airtight. Now I can't get the lid back on, that's just great. Anyway, there we go. So it's just barely even on there. And I'm just going to keep stirring it like this manually. But yeah, here's the yeast starter I'm making, and that's kind of all it is. They're not always going to look the same, but the color of it's going to depend on the wort that's put in there, unless you use dry malt extract or something else. But I just take wort. So it could be light, could be dark, doesn't really matter, as long as the proper, you know, the wort's in there, and the nutrients, and the yeast itself. And okay, the purpose of a starter, briefly, it's to allow the yeast cells to colonize, to make considerably more cells. A smack pack has 100 billion in it. This should make at least 200 billion, if not way more than that. And so it's healthier yeast, it's better for the beer. When I pitch it, it'll take off faster and start fermenting faster. In another video, I showed my amber that was fermented within 5 hours. If I had made a starter, it would have taken longer than that. So that's why a yeast starter is a good idea for a beer.